Hello and welcome, I'm Raziel, and so it is a Lord Day today, it's Lord Day, and I haven't had much time to actually get one properly scripted and finished, so I'm going to be reading from the One Page Rules website, and it's all about Titan Lords. I'm actually quite excited about Titan Lords. I like big walkers, always have done. I think they are the pinnacle of cool science fiction after they're decent flyers. Still want to be an X-Wing pilot. Like, that was my dream when I was a child. X-Wing pilots. And if I can just use lots of flyers in an army, I'm going to use lots of flyers in an army. But with that, walkers are the next best thing. And we're talking about the Titan Lords. The Titan Lords are massive, robotic walkers, commanded by the idle rich. These bored members of the upper classes wage war from mobile fortresses and view battlefield as their playground. Few in number, the Titan Lords usually offer their services as mercenaries, but on the rare occasions when they fight together, their armies of massive walkers are a spectacle to behold. With little fear of consequences for their actions, Titan Lords often wander from one battlefield to the next, seeking some sort of thrill or purpose that is lacking in their pampered lives. Within a relative short time, humanity has managed to build up a large industrial base in their colonies throughout the Sirius sector, and most of these are owned by a handful of powerful companies. This has created a class with wealth far beyond that of Earth prior to the Civil War. Some amongst this elite class grew restless in their comfortable lives, and these elites formed mercenary corps. Many, however, became discontent with the risks involved and the discipline of a mercenary life, even from the relative comfort of leadership. A few of the most powerful military companies collaborated to create a new weapon of war which would allow the operators to remain in a relative comfort and safety. These mobile fortresses were called Titans. Several wealthy colonists privately commissioned these Titans, and the owners of these new super weapons soon styled themselves as Titan Lords. The Titan Lords wade into battle in relative comfort. Eager to claim glory and victory, they view war as a sport and lend their services to anyone who could afford their demands for unique luxuries, contracts, and valuables. A sort of code of honour has developed amongst Titan Lords, detailing how one must act in every interaction. These range from the expectations of how a Titan Lord ought to dress to how they ought to spend their earnings. Using their earnings of battle to enrich oneself further is considered vulgar and a sign of insufficient wealth and nobility. Perhaps the most importantly to the Lords, a complicated system of heraldry has been developed to ensure that pilots and their Titans are easily recognised. Some Titan Lords seek to be acclaimed for their heroism, taking on dangerous jobs for relatively little pay, in hopes of gaining fame and love for their valour. Of course, these noble heroes rarely deal with those who refuse to recognise their selfless heroism. Often, Titan Lords view this as a childish desire for praise and care far less for the rabble. These Lords are content to take any work, as long as they can experience the thrill of battle. And then we go to most Titan Lords are heirs to vast industrial fortunes coming from families that built up their wealth in the early days of human arrival. These were hard times, and those that emerged at the helm of large corporations were hard people who often had to fight. The memory of these rough beginnings has now become an important part of the mythology of these families and corporations. Decorative swords and honorary titles abound. The time when Lords would lead a few warriors to take control of a spaceport or raid a warehouse has largely passed. Nowadays, the fate of the megacorps is decided in boardrooms or in vast battlefields with large HDF and mercenary detachments. Still, over time, a code of honour has been established. Many a Titan Lord has helped save settlements by raiding a pirate base, and or holding off an attack. Tales of their high deeds abound, and people praise their names. Some tales are true, some are embellished, and some are blatant propaganda. Some Titan Lords have chosen to fight when negotiation was an option, provoked neutral forces into attacking, or kicked off conflicts that they lost. Their pride has often caused disasters for civilians, and soldiers have had to clean up their mess. The net benefit of Titan Lords is, as a whole, unclear. A few true heroes, but a lot have a checkered record. Now the Lords are taken on missions either to help their lessers or to prove their skills in battle. While the financial cost of their adventures is astronomical, for all but the ultra-rich it does grant them a bit of prestige in their social circles. Many captains of industry are former Titan Lords, and their glory has helped them solidify their status as leaders among the elite. Titan Lords are concerned with panache, whether they are trying to build up their legend or feel the fear of near death. While they come from very wealthy lives, only those ready to actually face death can really have a claim to glory. Hence, they are ready to take incredible risks. Many of them are not their family's eldest heir, and as such the career is their only chance to make a name for themselves. They are fighting for pride and not survival. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed that video. I do like the Titan Lords. I like big walkers. What can I say? I always have done. I think they're like really cool. And yeah, I mean, I remember seeing the AT-80 first time I ever saw The Empire Strikes Back, and I was like, wow, that's amazing. And then I saw the Scout Walker, the AT-ST, and I actually preferred that one. I thought that was super cool. But yeah, I do like walkers, and I think they are great in science fiction. And as you can see, this is quite a really cool way of doing it. Like, rather than being sort of drafted in, or they can have this, they want to do it because of glory, but they can also be absolutely devastating. And the good thing about Titan Lords is they kind of have rules that can make them evil as well. You're not just stuck with good guys. They have, I think it's like their Chaos version of rules, the Chaos Knights, which is cool. So which means if you've got Chaos Knights, you can use Titan Lords and you can still use the relative Chaos God you have given that knight to, which is a fantastic addition. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. I'll see you all in the next one. I hope you all have a good day. Tomorrow is Saturday, so we'll see what happens tomorrow. I have a couple of ideas. And have a great day. There is a link to Wayland Games down below. As always, I save money on your Wargaming, Warhammer, Mantic, and free delivery after £20. There is, of course, Forbidden Planet for comics, merchandise, all that really cool stuff. Things that, toys, plushies, DVDs. There is also my merchandise, t-shirts, cups, notebooks, stickers, all the artworks designed by me, both digital and hand-drawn. There is my comic, which is entirely hand-drawn as well. Finally, Skyforge. Good guy, give him a click, especially if you like Pokemon cards. And, oh yeah, Patreon, because business. Bye-bye.